This is the Unspecialed Podcast. I'm joined with Seth Garten of Family First Fitness, and Seth is a nutrition fitness extraordinaire. And we're in for a good one because I think a lot of dads out there are going to benefit huge from what Seth has to say. And it's not necessarily calling dads out, but calling them up to a better, more productive life. So, Seth, thanks for being here, bro.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Let's tell me about Family First Fitness.
Yeah. Family First Fitness officially opened June 2nd in Rathdrum, Idaho. We do like strength and conditioning with a big focus on functional movements and metabolic conditioning. So we're a lot different than like your normal gym where you're going to go and you're going to do like your bodybuilding routine, and we're a lot different than like what you would see in a CrossFit gym. We blend the strength and conditioning in a way that's specific to what I've realized is most important over the last like 15 years of being a strength coach. Compound functional movements are by far the best thing you can do when it comes to producing a level of fitness that is gonna give you the ability to handle real life adaptations or real life struggles, things like that. So yeah, that's like the gist of it. We've been open just under actually 2 months today, August 2nd, 2 months today.
Yeah, buddy.
Prior to that, we've just been on a journey with health and fitness for about 15 years now. So, yeah.
So what you're saying is the workouts you program and you write would be applicable to carrying around babies?
Yes, absolutely. Carrying around everything. I mean, groceries, babies, whatever you can think of.
Yeah. That's I like holding Big Jack and doing squats and thrusters,
I have a member who comes to the gym. Her name is Becca. She's got a little 1-year-old named Wyatt. And I was doing baby shoulder presses yesterday while we were in class. I was holding him and I was just up and down, up and down. So yeah, functional fitness, man. Plays in real life.
Functional. Grabbing groceries, whatever it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, totally.
Share with us your fitness journey. What got you to where you are today? I know you owned a gym in Northern California for a handful of years, and now here in Idaho, back at it. But where did it all begin for you?
Man, that's taken me way back. Way back. Fitness was not part of my life for most of my life. In fact, I really didn't step foot into a gym until I was about 30 years old. Somewhere right around 30.
Okay.
Super unfit. Did not really do fitness. Was more
like you were overweight. What was your?
I wasn't necessarily overweight, but I would be called I was what I would be calling skinny fat. I was like soft. Just no muscle, I didn't have like an obese frame, but I didn't have like an athletic muscular frame either. I just was like there. And I drank a lot. I partied a lot back then when I was younger. And my older brother was just kind of harping on me to go to this like CrossFit gym with him that he was a part of. And through a couple of traumatic situations, I kind of realized like maybe I need to change some things about my life. I saw a couple of my really close friends die right up front from like a drunk driving car accident. And so that was like a real eye opener for me. And it's not like they were hammered drunk. They were just, a few drinks in and made one bad decision and it cost them both their lives. And so through that, I was like, okay, maybe I need to start rethinking some things about what I'm doing in life. My kids were small, so it wasn't like I'm going to just go, full bore into the gym. But I agreed to go to one session, with my brother. So I go there. It was a CrossFit workout. I don't know, if you've ever been in a CrossFit gym, but just, all sorts of things going on at once. And I threw up everywhere in the gym. And from that day, I was just hooked. And over the following year, I just started going more and more and more and I was just really enjoying going and doing those workouts every day. And then I stopped doing certain things. I stopped drinking as much. I stopped, smoking cigarettes and doing all these things that were unhealthy. I stopped eating bad food most of the time. And there was like this process that took place over years of time. But eventually I realized like God had put fitness in my life to be a part of my life for the rest of my life. And it just took a foothold on me. And so then I got certified to be, a level 1 CrossFit trainer. And that was like the start of my journey. And then fast forward about a year, I opened a gym, and it was like nothing special at the time. It was just some hodgepodge equipment that we threw together, and we called ourselves a CrossFit gym. And we went after it. And slowly but surely, over the following 10 years, we built it. We built it into quite an amazing empire. It was actually called Empire Mind CrossFit, and that gym ran for 10 years. And over those years, we just grew and grew and grew in health and fitness, and it just became such an intricate part of my life that now it is what it is. It's just everything that I do all day, every single day. My family's immersed in it. My wife is a high-level CrossFit competitor. She's also a coach. My daughter is a very high-functioning athlete, and it just rules our life. But over the last 4 years, I just kind of got away from the CrossFit methodology, and I really started diving into functional movements as far as weightlifting, squats, deadlifts, free weight type lifts, and then metabolic conditioning. So still very functional based in what you would see in a CrossFit gym as far as like metabolic conditioning and AMRAPs and EMOMs and all these other things, but taking away some of the very high skill, high level gymnastics type stuff that most people don't actually need unless they're competing in the sport of fitness. So, and here we are. Yeah.
Here it is. Where did the shift take place where it was like, this is what I'm going to commit to? And you turned it from just a casual, I'm going to work out, to like, this is a lifestyle.
It would have been at Empire Mind for sure back in California when the switch happened. But I wouldn't be able to actually like pinpoint a specific day, right, or a month. Mm-hmm. But I know that when I met my wife at my CrossFit gym. She came in one day and literally never left. But I would say like as our relationship grew, I became more and more devoted to being a better person, a better man, a better coach, a better leader, just a better overall person. That's literally, not to get into our personal relationship, but I was still drinking it on the weekends and doing dumb shit. Excuse my language, but she kind of just gave me an ultimatum and was like, dude, you got to choose between this or this. And I'm not going to be over here if you choose this. And I chose her, obviously. And we've been together 10 years now. And that would be where the real switch happened, because fitness was nowhere in that decision making. It was just me becoming a better person.
Right.
And that switch gave me the ability to be a better business owner. It gave me the ability to be a better leader within my family, a better father to my children, and just overall better man that she deserved. That would be where I would say the switch was. And that was probably like 4 years into owning Empire Mind Fitness or Empire Mind CrossFit. Mm-hmm. So that's from there to now is 6 years, 7 years.
Yeah. Well, you bring up such a good point that it's not only you're helping your physical body, but in every other aspect of your life, you leveled up because of the dedication and discipline it takes to get in the gym every day. What would you say to some of the dads? And if the wives are listening, make sure to send your husband this podcast, because they can get a lot of value out of it. To the stigma that like it's intimidating to get into the gym. Speak to like the family aspect.
So you mean as far as like what it will do for a dad who's maybe not going to the gym, but if he decides to go and start this routine, what it would do for his family life?
And to get past the intimidating factor. Yeah.
I would start like go to a gym that is community driven, right? Like if you go to a gym where everybody's got their headphones on, they got their hood pulled over their head, and they're like on this machine and they're not talking to anybody, I would avoid a gym like that, like the plague.
Yeah.
I just think that community is such a huge part of just overall well-being. If you can combine that with actually, physically taking care of your body, it's a powerful combination. It doesn't have to be a CrossFit gym. There's a lot of really cool gyms out there that are like bridging the gap, but they're just community driven facilities where you're just doing fitness, but you're doing it with people. It's not like this blinders on to the world, taking Instagram photos in front of a mirror type fitness, if that's your thing, if that's your jam, by all means, like go for it. But community driven fitness is definitely going to give you the ability to keep real habits for long-term sustainability. And then you can actually like build a family of people there, which is going to give you the ability to show up for your family in a whole different light, like just more power, more control, more discipline, more love, more compassion. When you have a community of people that you do workouts with every day, those people become family, and you guys get to like suffer and learn together and thrive together.
That's always a joke. I had Heidi Chassie on with RevFit Oceanside, the gym I go to back in San Diego, and that's always a joke. Is you don't want to suffer and die in the gym alone.
No.
And so all the workout, it's like I just texted her this morning and I was like, yo, I'm coming back in 2 weeks. And conveniently, we're renting a place a half a mile from the gym. So I have no excuse and I can't wait to suffer. And she's like, oh, great. We're going to have a welcome back party. And then I text her back. I'm like, yeah, I'll be barfing and I can't wait for it.
It's like one of the only places you can go and get away with it, right? Nobody looks down on you. They're like, yes, that guy pushed his limits.
Right. But especially, I mean, I know for me going through the last year with the cancer journey, the gym every morning was hands down the most beneficial thing I could have done for myself.
Yeah.
And not only the physical, but the mental space. I had an hour a day. I didn't have to think about anything. Nobody could talk to me. All I could do is just get after it. And then all the chemical and physiological benefits going on.
Totally.
What would you speak to the mental aspect of it? Because I think it's a common misconception that it's just physical.
Yeah, it's way more than physical. I think the mental, spiritual, and emotional benefit of working out, it far outweighs the physicality of it.
Totally.
In fact, I would even say that from my experience, the physicality is a byproduct of the other three. Like the stronger you get physically, mentally, spiritually, it's going to give you the ability to continue to show up at the gym, knowing that all of these things fun, right? Like everybody, I don't know if you're a woman, if you're a man, everybody likes to look physically fit, or that's at least the goal of going to the gym, right? Like at first, you're like, I just want to lose some weight, or I want to build some muscle. Like there's aesthetic goals that are connected to the original like reason why most people want to go to the gym. And if you're going to the gym long enough, you start to realize all these other like emotional, spiritual, and mental adaptations that come along with it. And I would say that eventually you realize those are more important than the physicality side of it, like, or the way that your body looks. It's like, I know that if I don't work out for more than like 3 days in a row, I start to show up in a different way for my family.
Yeah.
I'm more like snappy, right? I might not have my emotions in check like I should. I might not react to certain situations in a positive manner like I should. So I directly correlate the way that I show up in the gym to the way that I show up for my family in a major way.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with how much weight I lift or what my body fat percentage is. It's like, how am I showing up for the people that God has put in my care as a powerful man that directs them in a direction that serves the overall identity of that person within our family. right? So way more than just physical, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. That's good. That's so good. What would you say to anyone that says they don't have any time
Mm,
or energy
yeah.
to get to the gym?
Yeah, you don't get time, you make time.
That's right.
And then energy comes from going to the gym. Like we're
Yeah.
equal, you know what I'm saying? Like you want to feel like you have more energy, go and exercise. Go and
Hmm.
exercise. The time thing, I want to expand on that a little bit because I don't want to downplay people's lives, right? Like my life is different than your life. Your life may be different than some of your people that are listening to this podcast. Life happens for all of us in a different capacity. So I have a lifestyle that is built around running a business that's a gym. So I'm in the gym every single day. There's really no day throughout the week that I'm not at the gym.
Right.
But that's different for somebody who says maybe they have a business, their wife works, they have kids, whether with special needs or without special needs. So like sports, whatever it may be, right? There's things that can start to like, oh, I never have time. Okay. Yeah. What you make time for, it's on your priority list, right? So if going to the gym and taking care of yourself, maybe it's not the gym, maybe it's yoga, maybe it's Pilates, maybe it's a Zumba class, I don't know, just something physical where you can get a hormonal balance, endorphin release, reset. You make time for those things when they become a priority or when you want them to be a priority. So maybe instead of going to bed at 11 p.m. at night and doom scrolling Instagram for 2 hours before you do it, you go to the gym or you find a yoga class or you go for a walk outside. Like something physical becomes more of a priority than watching 4 hours of TV before you go to bed, or oh, I got to watch my sports. My team is playing a game. It's like there's 3 hours of your life right there. So
Right.
um, it really comes down to what you make time for ends up on the list of your priorities in natural order, period. So if you don't have time, wake up earlier and go to the gym when the world's sleeping. Most of the time, if you wake up at 4:30 in the morning and you go find a gym that's got either a 5 a.m. class or open 24 hours a day, your wife is going to be sleeping unless she's at the gym with you. Your kids are still going to be sleeping.
Hmm.
Excuse me. The world is still asleep then. Your phone's not going off. Your emails aren't pinging. Business isn't open for business. Make the time by waking up earlier. Also means you're going to have to go to bed earlier. So there's just things that you have to put in the list of priorities that'll give you more time to get into some sort of physical activity.
Yeah. It's like the psychological thought process. Thoughts turn to beliefs, your beliefs turn
For
to
sure.
actions, your actions produce results. And I think a lot of people get held up on the result. They're like, oh, I can't get in the gym. I don't have time, blah, blah, blah. But they need to go back to their thought process of why would you even go to the gym? Because it's good for your health. So then you start to believe that and you
Yeah.
start to realize it. And then your actions change in every aspect of your life, eating right, sleeping. And then boom, you're 3 months in and you've been to the gym every day and you feel better than ever.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. It becomes a habit when you make it a habit, and it has to start with one small little decision at a time. Like if you go like let's hypothetically draw like a scenario out. If you take a person who's never been to a gym and they have no idea what to do. Maybe they can't afford to have a personal trainer where they're going to pay $75 a session and they want to do 3 sessions a week. I always will drive back to community driven fitness, whether it's like a strength and conditioning facility, whether it's a CrossFit gym, whether it's a yoga studio, maybe it's jujitsu, something like that, where you're going to where there you pay a monthly membership and you can do as many classes in that month as you want. You're going to get the most bang for your buck, and all you got to do is show up. So it takes all of the guesswork out of trying to figure out, well, I got a gym membership. Now what the heck am I supposed to do, right? Like, I don't know how to train this lift or do this lift. Like, fair enough. Find a facility that gives you the ability to just show up and like, hey man, I'm coming off the couch. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm here. Most of the time, if you find the right spot, you're going to get into a class and you're going to be like, that was the greatest thing I ever did. And it makes everything super simple.
Totally. Yeah. Before RevFit, I had never been to a group class.
Yeah.
And after the first day, I remember leaving and I'm like, I didn't have to do anything other than get in the door.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the areas in life where I love people telling me what to do. Just yell at me, tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I'll go as hard as I can for an hour and I'll go home. So easy.
So like if I was to be asking you that question, knowing that you were so new to like community driven fitness, what stuck for you? Was it just making it so easy? All I got to do is show up? Because obviously some of your listeners, maybe they're at this point where it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Yeah. Like, what was the switch for you to go from like your normal gym membership to community driven fitness? Was it just the ease of everything?
I think it was the ease and then also the accountability, because I have a couple buddies in there that, if you miss class, they're going to call you out on it.
Totally.
And then that kind of like suffering alongside your homie.
Yeah.
It's like
powerful.
Yeah, we'll work out for an hour and then 20 minutes later we're texting each other, our heart rates and our what do you call it? Anaerobic levels and everything. And then telling each other how much fun it was and like, I'm going to get you tomorrow because, most things are timed.
Yeah.
It's just so, and I think too, also because I played competitive sports my whole life. So the competitive nature to it.
Yeah.
It kind of drives me a bit as well, but not in a way where it's intimidating. Because it's like, nobody cares when you finish. Like everyone is just stoked you're at class.
Yep. Yeah.
And then everyone's just getting better every day.
Yeah, it's great. It's great for those people like myself, like you. I would say the majority of people that I've met along the last 14, 15 years of this journey that I've been on stick around more because of those things that we just talked about, the accountability, the friendships, the bonds, and fitness becomes part of their life because their friend group changes, the people they hang around changes, the things they eat, the things they drink, the things they do with their kids not like with them at the gym, they're like hanging around watching mom and dad always work out, right? So now you're talking generational changes happening just based on kids seeing their parents take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've noticed the most about most people when they're like intimidated, like I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do, and they come and join a gym like Family First Fitness or any community-driven fitness facility. They stick around because of the community. They don't stick around because of these grueling workouts that make you, drip sweat everywhere and be like, why did I just do that to myself? It's the bonds and the friendships that you make, and eventually that becomes your family. And then when that switch happens, the old person that never liked the gym and didn't want to go do physical activity, like you'll never see that person come back up in your life again, because now your entire identity is in this community of people, and you're now part of this like culture that takes care of themselves because they want to be able to do whatever challenge life throws at them, right? Maybe it's kids, maybe it's whatever life throws at you. When you are more physically fit, when you're more emotionally, spiritually, and mentally fit, the better off you are at handling anything life can throw at you outside of the gym. Anything, period. I don't care what it is. It could be like a death in your family. It could be something like you and your family are going through. It could be some family that maybe have a special needs kid, or some family that may have other issues, whatever life throws at you. When you take care of yourself and you do it at a disciplinary level, you can show up stronger for the people and for yourself when life throws you challenges that you don't really know how to take care of, because by the things you've been doing with the discipline of just taking care of yourself that you can handle anything life throws at you. Period. Don't care. Like blanket statement. I believe that with every fiber of my being.
I knew I made it as a father when two times my oldest, he asked me, I don't know, some months ago, he's like, Dad, why do you work out so much? Like, yes. He's
It's like a rite of
subconscious,
passage, dude.
yeah, he's subconsciously taking it all in, you know,
Yeah, totally.
as they watch you live this lifestyle. And then another time I walked into my 3-year-old, she had two rocks in her hands, and she was doing squat thrusts.
Love it.
And I was
Love
like, hey,
it.
what are you doing? She's like, I'm working out, Dad. I'm like,
Nice, dude.
gotcha.
Yeah. Expand on that for a minute real quick, because I think that's a very powerful thing for your listeners when they're thinking of like, man, it's just so hard for me to do this because my kids, my kids pull me this way or I have this. It's like, okay, fair enough. Like, let's not take that away. But when your kids do what you just said as an example, right? Now they're working out or they're watching dad, like, Dad, why are you always working out? Like, fast forward 10 years. All they've seen for their entire life is their parents taking care of themselves.
Mm,
Your
yeah.
kid's going to understand the difference between hard work and laziness. Your kid's going to understand the difference between discipline and laziness. Like, overall, just watching mom and dad eat right and take care of their bodies is going to set them up for a healthier lifestyle in the future when they're out on their own than the other side of that, where it's like eating pizza and drinking beer every night, or eating pizza and hamburgers and like not caring what goes into your body. And it's like, oh, I'm just getting old. It's like, no, you're not just getting old. You've given up. You've given up.
Yeah.
You've gone the easy route. You said it's too hard for me to take care of myself, so I'm just getting old. And I think when your kids start seeing the difference between the two, I would much rather have my kids grow up watching dad just like devote himself to working out an hour a day every single day and caring what goes into my body versus the other one. I mean, hands down.
Yeah. I mean, you nailed it. Because I know, like, to a certain element, there's like mom guilt or dad guilt,
Mm-hmm.
and the misconception of self-care that it's selfish.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, like you were just saying, the kids are taking it in.
Yeah.
And it's more, you're setting an example.
Yeah.
On a lifestyle that you want your kids to have.
Think about that one for a minute. Like, feeling guilty over taking time to take care of yourself. That's like a weird thought process for me to try to wrap my brain around, because if you don't take care of yourself, how are you supposed to take care of others? How is it possible? Right. If you cannot physically take care of yourself, how are you supposed to physically take care of anybody else? It has to start within. There's no other way. So you have to understand that if I'm going to take care of other people, kids, wife, grandparents, parents, whatever, whoever's put in your care, you have to start by being a little bit selfish with the time that you put into your own self-care. Because if you're not filling your own cup up every single day, how are you supposed to fill everybody else's cup up in your life? Have to be a little selfish, and it's okay to be a little selfish. I mean, if you're being a little selfish and going having cocktails at happy hour after work every day, nah, I'm gonna call you up on that one.
Right.
If you're hey, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna wake up at 4 a.m. and I'm gonna go to the gym, and then I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna get ready for work. Like, yeah, go do that. Yeah. Oh, you want to go to the gym for an hour session when you get off work? Yeah, go do that, because eventually you're going to realize that gives you the power to show up for those who have been put in your care at a higher level.
Right. And let's play through a scenario then.
Mm-hmm.
As many of the listeners, like, sleep is a challenge. Kids are up all night, no matter how old they are. Special needs and sleep oftentimes doesn't go hand in hand. What are some, and so you're operating off little sleep, you're going to work all day, you're getting home. What would be like some manageable exercises, say in one of these days where you have to, you literally just have to fit it in?
Yeah.
It's not like you don't have that hour to go drive to the gym and do that scene, but like you're home, you're ready to work out. Like what could you do?
Depending on where you live, if you can find anywhere that's got 50 yards of space, do 50-yard sprints and burpees for 20 minutes. I guarantee you're going to get a better workout than that. It's going to be hard to get a better workout than that, with short amounts of time. All you need is 20 minutes. You can do 25 yards, 25 yards shuttle run down. So you run 25 yards down, 25 yards back, 10 burpees, do it for 20 minutes. You're going to be laying flat on your back after that. And you're going to get a very good workout too. So it doesn't always have to, you don't always have to look at it like, I have to go to the gym. I have to go to the gym. I get it. Like not everybody is going to be able to carve out the drive time, the hour, and the drive time home every single day to go to the gym. Maybe there's dynamics within your family that don't give you that kind of like time. Still stand true to what I said earlier, that you don't get time, you make time. There's 24 hours in a day. You can find 30 minutes where you can do, you can look up online. There is like a million different online platforms where you can say, hey, put it in ChatGPT or Grok or whatever you want. Give me, this is the equipment I have, this is the time that I have, and it'll spit you out a workout for every day of your existence for as long as you live. So if you can't find that time, but you do want to take care of yourself, then I would suggest doing something like that. Make it simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. When you can get into an elevated heart rate for a sustained amount of time, it's really, really good for you. Push-ups, air squats, sit-ups, those body weight type movements, those are all great for just maintaining skeletal muscle within your body, which also help keep, health and just overall well-being optimal.
Mm-hmm.
If the time is an issue, that's the route that I would go. It would always be like running or sprints or burpees or push-ups or air squats or a combination of all that stuff.
So what you're saying is there's no excuse.
I don't believe there is. No, and it's hard. I don't want to sound
right.
I don't want to sound like I'm not like sensitive to people's lifestyles, but I also believe that people like to operate within our comfort zones, right? So when we have to start pushing this comfort zone, it starts this little thing and it's circled around your face. You can draw a circle around yourself, right? And like when you start to push out on that comfort zone, your brain starts to tell you to go back into your comfort zone because it's like got this self-protection device that's ingrained in us from creation, like fight or flight, right? It's real. So as we start to push out on this comfort zone, the brain starts to push us back into our comfort zone. Unless you're, until you really understand that like you control the size of your comfort zone is always going to win. So you just have to constantly like not let the excuses come up and push your limit. Like I got 10 minutes right now. I'm going to do as many burpees as I can do in 10 minutes. You'll get the same dopamine response from that as you would go into the gym for an hour. I promise you. Like metaphysically, that response that you get hormonally, it doesn't need to be an hour in the gym. It just needs to be short and fast. So you got 10 minutes, burpees for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like to just bluntly say there are no excuses. Yeah, there really is. The only excuses that you have are the ones that you make. So don't make an excuse. Make it a priority. Take care of yourself so you can take care of your kids at a higher level.
How could parents include kids in fitness? I remember when my first son was born 8 years ago. When you have little kids, you're always on playgrounds.
Yeah.
All day long. It was like, what park are we going to go to?
Yeah.
And this was during one of those times, like we were new parents, and it was difficult to get to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to bring the gym to myself. I made a commitment with a buddy. Every time we go to a playground, we turn it into a workout.
Yeah.
Because you're not that dad sitting on the bench on a cell phone while his kid's on the playground.
Be present, right?
B, you're having fun playing with your kid. So we always threw around the idea we're going to start a YouTube channel called Jungle Gym Dads.
Yeah.
And just have all these workouts. And many of the times it really entailed like pull-ups, dips, and just running up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
But
you know, what that could do. Yeah.
You're there for 30 minutes, you go for 20.
Yeah.
And then your kid's doing it with you. What other ideas would you have on including your kids, even if they're in a stroller? They can sit there and watch.
They're the things that you just said for an example. Those are great ideas. Make it fun. We'll cover a couple of different things here. So for the people in the Sandpoint area, like up where you live, if all of your listeners, hypothetically were in Sandpoint, let's just assume that they're spread out for however many miles from North Idaho where we live. There are gyms out there. I know of one for a fact in Sandpoint. I'm going to butcher the name if I tried to even remember it, but they offer classes for special needs kids.
You can.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So I'm not saying that's everywhere, but maybe you can do some research where your kids can go to if they are special needs, go to a facility where the trainers are trained to handle that and give them workouts and make it, fun and all the stuff that a workout should be for your kid. And now your kid gets to work out. And I believe that facility also offers gym memberships for just your regular gym goers. So you can think the gym is closed while they do those classes, but they have childcare or whatever, so you can work out afterwards if you're a parent. You can search out a facility like that gives you the option. If your kids aren't special needs and you find a community-driven fitness facility, a lot of times they offer kids classes as well. So you'll have your parents in one class and your kids in the other class, and you're all working out. Take the gyms away from it. Say neither of those are available at all. Park idea. I think playing it like a game like you did, where you're doing dips and pull-ups and then you're running and your kids are involved and they're doing the same thing. I think that's a great way to, incorporate fitness. I'm not a soccer player, but soccer is incredibly good for just physical fitness. You get your heart rate up, the agility that goes into kicking a soccer ball and blocking a soccer ball. You play soccer with your kids for 30 minutes. I think the point that I'm trying to make is don't let your kids be the excuse as to why health and fitness is not part of your
life. Yeah.
They should be the reason why it is part of your life. Period. So if you want to incorporate it into your daily routine, it's like, man, I'm gonna go play soccer with my kid for the next hour. Tell me your kid doesn't love that hour with you every single day. Maybe it's baseball, maybe it's football, maybe it's whatever you want it to be, right? But it's physical activity, and you're getting to do it with your kid. It's
win-win.
Win-win, dude. Are you kidding me? It doesn't always have to be the gym. Yeah, but I think if you were to find a facility that offers classes for your kids, special needs or not, and for mom and dad, that family dynamic will change the world. It'll change the world when people start to take their health and fitness serious.
Yeah. Let's talk about nutrition.
Please.
And I know I always love texting you like, yo, how many fats am I supposed to be eating? How many, where my macros should be at? Because nutrition is on the flip side of all this. If you're not putting in your body what it needs to use, you ain't going to be working out very, very much.
No, and you're going to be wasting your time. The nutrition that I would say would make life most easy for most of us is focusing on single ingredient foods. Just real food. Just eat real food.
Like a carrot.
Yeah. I don't know. What's in a banana? A banana.
Right? Banana.
Yeah. Yeah. What's in a chicken breast? Single ingredient foods. When you make your meals out of single ingredient foods, take all the guesswork out of it. Now, if you're going and, if you're using, I don't have time to make my meals as an excuse, that's okay. Don't go through a drive-through. If you want to go into a grocery store, I would challenge you in that thinking to actually do a time comparison of the time it takes you to get through one of those fast food joints or the time it takes you to go to a grocery store, walk into that grocery store, go find your fruit, buy some bananas, buy an apple, buy a banana, and then go to the deli and buy 6 or 8 ounces of sliced turkey breast. And tell me the time comparison. Guarantee you it's going to be about the same time to get all of those things. And then the other thing that you should take into consideration is the money you're spending on it. You're going to spend less money going and buying single ingredient foods from the store that are actually healthy for you, as opposed to going and sitting in McDonald's drive-thru, getting a double quarter pounder with cheese, a large fry, and a large soda. It really comes down to like, get out of your damn car and go into the store and take care of yourself. Stop being lazy. Stop using time as your excuse, because it's not. Like, for instance, I'm going to give you an example. Today, I went down to one of the gyms that my wife coaches at. Some of the people there are getting ready for a CrossFit competition, and I'm working with a couple of the athletes from that CrossFit gym in preparation for this competition they're going to do out in Spokane. One of my buddies, Jake, he's just a phenomenal athlete. He's like, hey, man, I got like 15 minutes before, we got another workout coming up in like an hour. What should I go eat? And I'm like, go to the store, go buy 6 of those hard-boiled eggs that come in a package. You get 6 eggs in 6 hard-boiled eggs in a package. They're de-shelled, and buy an orange and buy a thing of honey. You got your protein, you got your fat, and you got your carbohydrates. It cost him $8. And he was back at the gym within like 11 minutes of going to the store and doing it. When you're looking at nutrition hacks, it just does not have to be overly complicated. Single ingredient food, and just take the time to walk into the store, buy single ingredient foods for your lunch, and then go eat them and be good with it.
Yeah.
Is it that easy? Yes, I believe that it's that easy. But most people don't want to get out of their car. They want to drive through the drive-thru, and they'll order like, a grilled chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, and they think they're eating healthy. And it's like, dude, you're literally killing yourself with that stuff. Nutrition, it's as easy as you want it to be, or it's as hard as you want it to be. So it's an investment into your health, right? So
choose your hard.
Choose your hard. Like, I don't know. I would much rather not have type 2 diabetes and go walk my ass into the grocery store and get some fruit and some protein and walk back out into my car than sit down and eat Panda Express, like, teriyaki chicken and rice that I think is healthy, but it's actually like cooked in some crappy seed oils and it's really bad for you. And then you're sucking down a large soda that's probably got 150 grams of sugar in it. Yeah, man, there's no way. There's no way. We should want to take care of ourselves at a deeper level than just whatever's right. It is that simple though. Like if somebody's like, man, I think I eat healthy. Well, let's break it down, right? Like, stay away from anything processed and stay away from anything that has ingredients in it that you cannot understand what they are when you read them. Like, literally that easy. Like, it's so simple. Like, what are you going to eat for dinner tonight, Zach? I would say you're probably going to eat some sort of lean protein, some potatoes, and a veggie. They're all single ingredient foods right there, right?
It's like the same thing every night.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing every day.
Yeah. I mean, if I was to tell you what I ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day for the last 9 months, you'd be like, how do you do that? And I've switched the way that I look at food. Now, I'm not going to say that I don't have a cheat meal. I do. Like, I'm not like this guy who lives this life where I never go and have pizza with my family. I would be lying if I said that. But I don't eat pizza because it's Tuesday night. Like, I don't eat, I don't go out to, Burger Doc in Sandpoint or Five Guys in Hayden or something and get burgers, fries, and milkshakes because it's Friday night. Like, no, like, if we're going to go and have what we would call a cheat meal, we're going to schedule that into our week and we're going to do one of them a week. The rest of the week, we're making our food at home, like, hands down. whether the wife and our kid are prepping. Like my daughter, she's 17 years old, and she preps her food. She makes her breakfast, she makes her lunch, and she makes her dinner, and all of them are single ingredient food. We're not managing. We just don't have that stuff in our house either. Like, you want to get away from eating processed food, don't buy it. You want to get away from eating soda or drinking soda, I'm sorry, don't buy it. Don't have it in your house. It's really hard to drink soda all day long if you have to go to the store for it every time you want one. So
right. I don't even know if I know anybody that drinks soda.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say I know people that drink soda, but I give them a really hard time whenever I see them drink soda, for sure. Like, you do realize what you're doing to yourself right now, right? Like, oh, dude. But no, I mean, for somebody who doesn't have the background like you or the background like me, they're just getting started, right? Like, let's give them.
So where would someone start?
Yeah, single ingredient food. So like look at the grocery store, right? So like typically when you walk into the grocery store, everything on the right or left hand side of the grocery store is where their produce is. So their veggies and their fruit, right? Perimeter of the grocery store. You got your meats, you got your deli, you got your produce all around the perimeter. And in the center, you have all those aisles with what we call as food, but they're food like products, right? Stay out of the center of the grocery store.
Stay out of the center. That's good.
Yeah, it's that simple, man. Yeah. If you're going down the aisles and you're buying bags of chips and you're buying bags of like snack food, you know, you got kids and you got to make their lunches for school. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so you're going to get your kids bread. What I would say, if you're going to give your kids bread, you should look at the bread and you should look at the ingredient list. And if it's got more ingredients than you can count on one hand, it's probably not bread. Bread is made from 5 ingredients, I think, if you were to make bread at home. I couldn't name them, but I know my wife and my daughter could if they were in here.